When you claim yourself to become free from panic attacks and anxiety, that is the moment that you will actually be free from panic attacks and anxiety. What does claiming actually mean? You cannot just say, I am free from panic attacks, and say to yourself, I have claimed that I am free from panic attacks. No, it doesn't work that way. Because what actually controls your life is your subconscious mind. What actually controls your mind is the program that is written in your subconscious mind. Your mind is divided into two parts: conscious mind, which is 5% of your mind, and subconscious mind, which is 95% of your mind. When you write new programs in your subconscious mind, those programs are communicated to the cosmic consciousness through subconscious mind, and cosmic consciousness expresses everything that is communicated through subconscious mind. So if your subconscious mind communicates the message of freedom from panic attacks, the message of absolute wealth, health, happiness to cosmic consciousness, then you will start to become a magnet for freedom, for health, for wealth, for relationships, for happiness, for calmness, for peacefulness. But we have been conditioned, socially conditioned, to discard the existence of cosmic consciousness. If you have been raised to be a very intellectual person, if you have been raised to view this world in a completely materialistic point of view, then what you are really good at is setting goals and achieving them through hustling, through sweating, through bleeding, through competing. When you set a goal, maybe that goal is to achieve money or girls or career or business opportunity or success in your academics, then what you do is you hustle, you compete, you see other people competing for the same resources, and you become frustrated. You derive a lot of stress and anger and negative emotions while you're going through this process. Because when you view this universe as a completely materialistic universe, what happens is there is always separation, there is always distance between two physical objects. In a physical universe, there's a distance between this and there's a distance between this. In a physical universe, there's always distance. There's always distance between who you are and what you desire, the object of your desire. There's a distance, there is a separation between who you are and the money or the business or the girls or the health that you want. And when there's a separation, there's a lack. And when there's lack, you hustle, you sweat, you become frustrated, because the more you hustle, the more it seems to go away from you. You see other people getting it and you become jealous. You see other people competing for that resource with you and you become angry with them. People hurt you and you think all of those hurt are preventing you from getting what you desire. You accumulate all the negative emotions simply because you have been perceiving this world as a completely physical universe. And the body keeps score of all the emotion that you have accumulated up until this moment. So when you have panic attacks and anxiety, your body is screaming for help. Your body is saying, do not give all of this stress and anxiety and bad emotions to me anymore. Start opening your eyes and see the truth of this existence. And the truth is, this universe is not physical at all. This universe is entirely spiritual and mental. And I am not saying this. Modern physics have actually proved this thing. Everything that you can perceive through your five senses is a manifestation of consciousness, of spirit, of that source energy. This is a manifestation of that spirit. This is a manifestation of that spirit. This is a manifestation of that spirit. Everything. And the reason why universe is mental is because you can write new programs in your subconscious mind, and subconscious mind will communicate all the messages that you have written into it to the source energy, to the cosmic consciousness, to that one spirit, and that cosmic consciousness will give you everything that you have written in the subconscious mind. So if you can write the program for wellness, program for happiness, program for health, program for beautiful relationships, program for wealth in your subconscious mind, then spirit will give it to you, and you do not even have to hustle. You do not have to sweat. You do not have to become frustrated. You do not have to bear resentment and anger towards other people. You just become a magnet for all the wonderful situations in your life. Right now, if you just close your eyes and just sit down for 10 minutes, then you will see that your mind will come up with so many different mental imagery and so many different feelings which are negative. That means you have written bad programs in your subconscious mind. Only when you close your eyes and you allow all of your mind clutter to come up to the surface, you're going to recognize, you're going to realize that you have written bad programs in your subconscious mind. Or else you might just think that you have achieved a certain amount of money, you have achieved a certain amount of status in your society. So you might be under the delusion that your mindset is right, but it's not that easy. I was training to become a doctor 4 years ago in Nepal, and then I had a panic attack. I thought I had a wonderful career ahead of me. I thought I had wonderful money ahead of me. I was trained to become a very logical and intellectual guy. But then I had a panic attack, and none of this viewing this world as a completely physical universe and setting goals, setting objectives, and competing for that resource did me any good. It did not deliver me from panic attacks. And I didn't want to go to therapy sessions and buy anxiety pills in order to heal my panic attacks. So I naturally started to study about emotions. And there's a social conditioning to not care about emotions as well. I have listened to so many people who just say things like emotion is only for females. Just discard your emotions. Just be completely logical in how you approach your life. The manosphere industry, the alpha male industry have created a sense of inferiority around people who use emotions in order to lead their lives. But they do not understand that actually emotion is always the leading power of your life. You think you are operating through your intellect and logic, but it's always the emotion that leads you. You intellectualize your decisions backwards. You do certain things out of emotions, and then you rationalize using your logic, using your intellect after you have taken certain decision. So do not disregard emotions. Do not push down the negative emotions in your body and just explode one day through panic attacks. Do not do that. Learn how to cultivate positive emotions before amazing things actually start to happen in your life. Because we have been socially conditioned to never feel happy, to never feel grateful, to never feel joyful, to never feel grateful before wonderful things happen to us. Only when we achieve a certain amount of status or money, we are conditioned to feel grateful and happy. Only for a short amount of time. Or else, just be very locked in, just be angry and go towards your goal. That is just going to push the goal further and further away. First, you are viewing this universe as physical one, where there's a separation between you and what you desire. And also, when you accumulate all these negative emotions of competition, of frustration, of just becoming locked in and angry, your goal gets further and further away from you. But if you learn how to view this world, if you just affirm this truth that this universe is spiritual and mental, and you need to cultivate positive emotions in order to attract wonderful things in your life, then you will understand why the meditation process that I'm about to teach you will actually work, will actually make you completely free from panic attacks. Then you will understand what claiming that you are free from panic attacks actually mean. Claiming that you are free from panic attacks actually mean that you are writing new programs in your subconscious mind that signifies to your subconscious mind that you're actually living a life that is free from panic attacks. You are writing new messages in your subconscious mind, and you're telling to your subconscious mind that my friends and my family members are no longer worrying about me. My friends and my family members are starting to compliment me on how peaceful, on how relaxed I have become lately. All of these wonderful things you can write in your subconscious mind. But the first thing that you must understand is drill these two principles inside of your head. Universe is mental and spiritual, and feeling is the secret of attracting the life that you desire. Now, based on these two things, you need to understand the 3 simple step meditation process in order to claim that you are free from panic attacks, in order to write new programs in your subconscious mind, and in order to become completely free from panic attacks and anxiety and attract the life of your dreams. The first step of this 3-step meditation process is Yoga Nidra. People like Dr. Andrew Huberman, who is a neuroscientist, have been calling this Yoga Nidra as non-sleep deep rest protocol, but it is just yogic sleep. What happens is when you do Yoga Nidra, you're rotating your awareness throughout your body, and then you achieve a state of relaxation. You achieve a state of sleepiness, but your mind is still kind of alert. That is the moment where your subconscious mind is really receptive to all the mental imagery and feelings that you can impress upon it. Right now, you're watching me on a phone or a tablet or a computer, and your brain is producing beta waves. This is not a good time to program your subconscious mind with new kind of mental imagery and feelings. When your brain is producing high beta waves under anxiety and panic attacks and worries and concern, that is not the time to write programs in your subconscious mind and create wonderful things in your life. That is the time to survive. That is the time to just protect your energy in order to ensure your survival. But through Yoga Nidra, your brain will be able to create slow, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. When your brain is producing alpha waves, your brain will start to become really good at creative visualization. And when your brain is producing theta waves, the door between the conscious mind and subconscious mind is wide open. The analytical mind is now gone. Now, all the mental imagery, all the visualization that you will perform through your conscious mind will be accepted, believed, and surrendered by the subconscious mind as if it is the truth. So if in this state, you can imagine that you are actually free from panic attacks and you can do certain things, which I'm going to tell you later on, your subconscious mind will accept all of those mental imagery and believe that all of those things are actually true. And when the subconscious mind truly receives this message, it is going to communicate to that cosmic consciousness, and whatever you have impressed upon the subconscious mind will actually materialize into existence, because cosmic consciousness is the source energy. It is the spirit that is in existence. It is the only thing in existence. Out of that cosmic consciousness, out of that source energy, out of that spirit, everything in this universe has come out of. So write new programs in your subconscious mind, communicate with that spirit, and become a magnet for wonderful situations in your life, including freedom from panic attacks and anxiety. Now, what you have to do after you do Yoga Nidra, by the way, there's a link in the description box down below on how to do yoga nidra. It's a 13-minute video, 13-minute video. Do that. And what you're going to do next after you do yoga nidra is now you start to imagine, start to visualize an imaginal act where you are free from panic attacks and you're living your life after you have become free from panic attacks. Now provide all the sensory vividness, the sensation of seeing, hearing, tasting, feeling, smelling, after you have become this upgraded version of yourself who is free from panic attacks. Maybe you can see that you are going to the situations, you are going to the places that previously used to trigger your panic attacks and anxiety, but now you're just with your chest out. You can visualize that your breathing rate is really relaxed. You can visualize that you're taking your pulse rate and it is just 60 or 70 beats per minute. You can visualize that your friends and family members are just looking at you and they are just so happy that you have healed. They no longer have a worried face when they are looking at you. And here your people, here your well-wishers, your friends and your family members say to you, wow, you have become the rock of our family. Wow, you're so peaceful and relaxed these days. What's your secret? If you're avoiding coffee right now, if you're avoiding certain sensation of smell right now because you think it triggers your anxiety and panic attacks, start to indulge in those things in your imaginal act. Start to smell the aroma of coffee. Start to drink coffee in your imaginal act and say to yourself, finally, I can drink coffee again because I am free from panic attacks and anxiety. If you're right now currently avoiding dating, start to date people in your imaginal act. Start to touch their hair. Start to kiss them. Start to smell their perfume. Start to hear them say to you, wow, you're so peaceful and so powerful as a human being. How did you become so peaceful and relaxed? And you can even share this secret of communicating wonderful things to cosmic consciousness, and everything that you communicate with the cosmic consciousness will be given to you. You can share your secret of changing your life to your friends, to your family, to your girlfriend in your imaginal act. All of these things will signify to your subconscious mind that you are actually living your life with no longer anxiety, with no more panic attacks. So, start to see wonderful things happening to you. Start to hear wonderful things happening to you. Maybe when you wake up in the morning, imagine that you have a big smile on your face. Because right now, you're probably hearing a lot of racing thoughts in your head as soon as you wake up in the morning, and you are frustrated just as soon as you wake up in the morning. So imagine just the opposite of that. Imagine that you're waking up in the morning, you're looking at your watch, it's 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., and you just have a big smile on your face, and you're saying to yourself, wow, I finally healed. I no longer have anxiety and panic attacks. I have successfully written new programs in my subconscious mind, and I have attracted a wonderful life free from panic attacks and anxiety. Say all of this thing to yourself in your imaginal act. Hear people compliment you on how peaceful, on how relaxed you have become lately. And all of these things will signify to your brain that it is all happening to you in real time. Because when you provide all this sensory vividness to your imaginal act, your brain will start to lose its distinguishing ability between what the imagined act is and what an experience that you have in this three-dimensional world is. This is what claiming that you are free from panic attacks actually mean. Providing all the sensory vividness to your imaginal act and imagining that you're actually free from panic attacks means you're claiming that you're free from panic attack. Now the third step is simple. Just mentally rehearse all of this imaginal act over and over again. With enough mental rehearsal, the neural network that is associated with all of these wonderful things happening to you start to become hard, set, and permanent. And it is going to send a rush of chemicals down your body. These chemicals are going to create feelings in your body. And these feelings are going to be equivalent to whatever you have imagined. You have imagined that wonderful things are happening to you. You're free from panic attacks. You no longer have anxiety and panic attacks. You no longer have dry sensation in your mouth all the time. You no longer have your friends and family worrying about you. Instead, all the amazing things are happening to you. So you're going to feel the equivalent emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, and confidence. And these feelings are actually breathing life into your imaginal act. All the imaginal act is like a electrical signal that you send to the spirit, that you send to the cosmic consciousness. Now the cosmic consciousness knows what you actually desire. But the feeling, the elevated emotions that you embrace through mental rehearsal of this imaginal act sends a magnetic charge to the cosmic consciousness. Now the cosmic consciousness knows what you really want, and it starts to give to you what you desire. Now you become a magnet for whatever you have imagined. All the imaginal act will start to materialize into existence in a very unexpected manner. You will start to move across a sequence of events, and all the wonderful things that you have imagined will actually happen in your three-dimensional world of experience. But it's not even about breathing life into your imaginal act. It's about creating all of these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment before amazing things actually happen to you. Because when you feel grateful, when you feel joyful, when you feel empowered, anxiety and panic attacks cannot coexist in your body. And now you have the tool to just close your eyes, make your imaginal act very real, and feel all of these feelings. And you do not have to even depend upon external circumstances in order to feel amazing feelings. Now the external circumstances, even if they are bad, they will not affect you, because you now have the tool to just close your eyes and make your imaginal scenarios so real that you will start to create feelings out of them. Now you become the master of your destiny. Yogis have always been calling that your external personal reality is Maya, is an illusion. Why? Because they know very well that your external circumstance is just an extension of your subconscious mind. When your subconscious mind has bad programs, bad messages written upon them, your external circumstance will reflect all of those bad programs. You will be surrounded by bad circumstances, bad events, bad situations. Your health will go into a deterioration. Your mental health will start to deteriorate. All of these things are actually happening to you because you have unconsciously written bad programs in your subconscious mind. Now, through this meditation exercise, write new programs in your subconscious mind, and your external circumstance will start to change naturally, because it is just a projection from your own subconscious mind. Write new programs, wonderful programs in your subconscious mind, and everything in your life will start to change. It's such a wonderful thing to discover and experience. So, the only thing that you must get really good at is becoming able to sustain these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment for a very long period of time. Because right now, you can sustain the emotion of anxiety, panic attack, worry, concern for no reason, because what you have done for a very long period of time is you have visualized the worst case scenarios of your life, or you have remembered, you have memorized the past traumatic events of your life. Either way, those are imaginal act, those are mental imagery in your mind playing, and you have always been deriving feelings from it by mentally rehearsing it over and over again. So just do the opposite. And sooner or later, your second nature will be of joy, will be of empowerment, will be of gratitude. And that is the moment change has happened. That is the moment you're no longer afflicted with anxiety and panic attacks. So, I'm going to give you a wonderful tip, and that is, as soon as you wake up in the morning and as you go to bed at night, these two times are the windows where your brain is naturally producing or trying to produce alpha waves and theta waves. So do not miss these two windows to write new programs in your subconscious mind. Do the meditation at least these two times of the day, and you're going to see a significant improvement in your mental health in a very short amount of time. And do this meditation process whenever free time you get during the day, because you need to have a developed attention. Your attention needs to be focused on the mental imagery that signifies that you're free. Because right now, your attention will either go to the past traumatic event, past things, past events where people have hurt you, where situations were unfavorable to you, or your attention will start to go to the future, worst case scenarios, future bad events, and you will always be in a state of anxiety. But through repetition of this mental exercise, through repetition of this three-step meditation process, you will finally be able to keep your attention on the imaginal act that signifies that you're now truly healed. And when your attention is now focused on this imaginal act, you can derive feelings from it, and you can now change. But the thing is, you need to be able to keep your attention on this imaginal act to change, and that requires practice. That requires showing up daily and doing this three-step meditation process at least 2 times a day, or if you want significant improvement at a very short amount of time, 3 times a day. So do this and change your life. Do this and become free from panic attacks and anxiety. If you have someone in your life who is currently struggling with panic attacks and anxiety, send them this video and change their life. Now, I have made a ton of different videos on how to completely overcome panic attacks and anxiety. And if you want to experience one-to-one online coaching, message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below or pinned comment section down below. It's expensive, it's an expensive course, but I will make sure that you will never experience panic attacks ever again. All this anxiety and panic attacks will be a thing of your past. Remember, sky's the limit once you truly know how to become meditative. Imagine wonderful things and embrace the emotions of that imaginal act. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.